Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards.
What the fuck?
Then they can only...
Whoa! That's bright. Wasn't ready for that.
Summer. Le Carre, Louisiana.
Is that what all of Louisiana looks like?
I don't recognize the palm trees.
Is that your bird?
That's my burb.
Is that your lobster?
Yes, and my
Oh, it's a
pineapple.
coffee!
Zach,
That's
it looks
York.
like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
Is it a
Worm.
Worm? Young York with longer
Man.
hair
Look
and a
at that,
pineapple.
Zach.
And a pineapple.
She's welcoming us with open arms. She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
That's my other name.
Hurry up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've
My
been
other
on
name.
top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carre, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David.
Oh, he's having a tea. I guess it explains why it's lighter.
Town, you'd better ask the concierge.
Huh.
Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
That's a decent accent.
Did you hear that, Zach? He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
There we go.
Referencing
If
that
you
line.
say so. Still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
I do work for the FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon, mister?
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
So is this gonna be our Polly?
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you
An
ask
axe.
me.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Is it just the raincoat killer again?
Maybe.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Please do. I appreciate it.
Okay.
So something else that the voice actress has been in is Fallout New Vegas, but she only does small roles.
You know what? No, that's totally what I know her from. She probably did a bunch of the random voices because there's a lot of reused voices in that.
Mhm.
That must be what I know her from. Okay. Where is the Clarksons' house?
What do you know about the Clarksons' house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place. That family ain't just some gang. They're a whole different kind of beast.
Oh.
They folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days.
Huh. Okay, so there's... Maybe we're getting a hint as the motive of the murder of this girl.
Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all.
I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, and he's just trying to imply that these are like ruthless business people who own the town or something, but is he trying to imply that they have some kind of Confederacy background? I don't know if that's the history he's trying to talk about.
So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing.
Maybe like a mafia or something.
Maybe, but the way he describes good old boys makes me think he's trying to reference the Confederacy, like leftovers of the Confederacy.
Things are different down here. So if you plan on sticking around, you best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
I was really hoping he would respond with, I will remember that. Okay, what's the local law enforcement doing?
Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Man, that's a long scoff.
Shoot, mister, what you think?
Smoking.
Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart. And when that don't work, they just beat your ass.
Jesus.
That's the deep south for you. This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show.
Or a video game.
The sheriff's department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Hearing a bit more of his dialogue, I'll actually say that his accent is actually really good.
Okay, it sounded good to me. It sounded not over the top, you know?
Yeah, just right.
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure. I reckon the whole town did.
Just like that girl 5 years in the future.
She's Lise Clarkson, the
Yeah.
little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
Yeah, that was kind of the backstory of Anna Graham, too, that she was kind of the most popular girl in town. Everybody liked her.
And she was a teen.
Yeah.
The Clarkson family?
That's right.
You know, with Kelly and them.
You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex.
Okay, and we know that that is where the body was found all the years later, right?
Yeah.
Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seat.
So the Clarksons own the cold packing plant or whatever it is that the body was eventually found in all the years later. That's interesting.
They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything.
That is like the most southern thing I've ever heard, the sugar processing. Like, plant, like, it's like that next to, like, if you told me that there was, like, a local cotton plantation, too. It's like, yep, the South.
That
They
or
even
crawfish.
own the water tower
Yeah.
on the edge of town, you know? They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
So there's a little bit of the, what was his name? Harry Townsend? I think that was his full name. Harry something. I think it was Townsend or something. But Harry kind of owned Greenvale. He owned most of it was private property that he owned, and he was the one kind of who built up the lumber industry, which was really big in that town's heyday. That's interesting. What do you know about New Orleans? What a broad question.
Live and
I
let
don't know.
die. Angel Heart.
That's not what I thought he'd say.
And the Pelican Brief. Right? 9 out of
Harry
10
Stewart,
people will name
that's his,
those titles when you ask them
main
to think
name.
of a film set in New Orleans.
Sorry, did you say Harry Stewart?
Harry Stewart.
Okay. Oh, Townsend, I think, was the last name of Michael, his assistant.
Michael. I just had it up, actually.
Yeah, Michael Townsland?
Let me just.
Sorry, it's just really bugging me trying to remember.
No, yeah. It was Michael Tillotson.
Tillotson, okay.
They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to relate his knowledge of New Orleans to movies he's seen.
I kind of figured.
Cat People. That's my point. Cat People. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards.
What the fuck?
Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all.
What? This has got to be a metaphor. Okay, it's got to be a metaphor for something.
Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
So I can fuck a leopard and then kill a leopard.
Okay.
Unless he
Another
misspoke
vital
and meant
element of
leper.
cat people is the presence of Malcolm McDowell.
Oh, Malcolm McDowell's great.
Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie.
It's not his best movie, but he was really good in it.
York is doing what he does to Zach during car rides to
Yes.
Chef David here.
Yeah, where it's just like, I'm gonna dump this info on you.
There's probably going to be a third movie he'll bring up in a second.
Oh, probably. I love these movie facts he gives out, though. But A Clockwork Orange was good. I just don't think it was his best.
His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder.
Sorry, I've never seen either of them.
Period. You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
I just had a flashback to Screenshot Warfare whenever someone kept like saying
Yeah.
period.
Yeah. Wow, that's a throwback to like 8 years ago. You need to remember this because I feel like we're learning that a younger York was very strongly opinionated.
Mm,
He didn't seem this opinionated by Greenvale.
no.
He was a lot more inquisitive, you know? He wanted to know people's opinions.
Whatever you say, mister. So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts.
No third movie. I guess Clockwork Orange, technically, but
When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister. Why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes, but folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
An altar?
That makes me think of... Was it Diane Ames? Who almost fell in the statue? In the art gallery?
Yes.
I think that
It
was
would've been the art
Diane.
gallery. Mhm.
Yeah, because her blood was dripping down onto the statue. That kind of makes me think of someone hanging and there being an altar, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, that's in the future from this, but it could be the same kind of ritual.
Like something they use in black magic.
Or even in the bathroom where she was strung up in the bathtub.
No. Oh, yeah. Wait, was that Diane? That was Becky.
No, that was Becky's
Becky.
friend.
Becky Ames, wasn't it?
Oh no, that was Becky herself. Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
Still thinking of Anna. Oh, that's right,
Yeah.
because they were going in alphabetical order.
Yeah. Voodoo is something that... The myth of voodoo is popular in Louisiana, right?
Not where I live, but I think if it is, it's kind of a folksy thing.
Yeah. I mean, it has like a cultural influence. Not many people would actually genuinely believe in voodoo. Like that's that's very out of date. However, it has a history, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Sam B rapped about voodoo.
Voodoo! Oh my god,
There
it
it
is the
is.
next line! This is the second time now where the next line is exactly what we predicted. That's crazy.
Nah, wasn't nothing like that. Just a weird altar.
Look, all I'm gonna say is I already really like Sweary, but if he gets David to say, "Who do you voodoo, bitch?" I'm gonna be very pleased.
That's all.
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces, scattered around the altar like.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
Okay.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you get all the way out here, huh? Don't tell me you walked.
Instant transmission.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Oh!
Huh?
God, he has the worst luck with car problems when he gets to cases, doesn't he?
But you with the FBI, right?
Like, when he arrived at Greenvale, he immediately got into a car crash.
Oh yeah, that's because he was
FBI
on the
cars.
phone looking at evidence, talking about Tom and Jerry, and smoking.
Smoking on the phone, on a laptop, driving at night in a winding country roads on the side of a cliff during a storm. Like, he was asking for it.
It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent.
It's impressive when you can get your car stolen while you're driving it.
Question.
Like on the highway, you just get hijacked.
So where you live, I know it's this way in some of the American South. If you were to go to a diner and ask for tea, would they give you iced tea?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, because it looks to me like he has a cup of just a regular black tea, which is clearly hot. It's steaming right now. So...
It could just be his lunch there, actually.
Oh, it could be his lunch that's steaming. It also could be a cup of coffee, but he served it from a teapot. I just think it's a little weird because we've never seen York say anything about tea, but we know he loves coffee.
It could just be
In
a
my
different kind of
case,
coffee.
My car
Who
was
knows?
stolen while I was
Yeah,
on
maybe.
my way down here.
It's just something about the clearness of the liquid looks more like tea to me, but then again, this is all stylized, so who knows?
But no
You think
need
the
to
teapot
worry.
might have just
I
contained
already
like creamer
reported
or
it to
something?
the local authorities.
It could. I've never seen someone do that, but then again, you know, things are done differently here than there, so I'm not sure.
And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
Another mode?
A la mode?
I found a donkey.
Want to hear the details?
Not really,
Also, I like your French reference there.
but I'll listen if you want me to.
If my French, hold on. If I remember right, I think a la mode means in style, which does not translate properly.
Then
A la
please do.
mode, I think, is a food term.
I believe a la mode actually means that it comes with ice cream on the side, but what it literally means is in style. So I do not understand the etymology of that.
After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans.
Oh, so he pulled the reverse me.
Oh yeah, because didn't you lived in Houston
I was
for a
born
while
in New
too?
Orleans and then moved to Houston.
Oh my god.
Then, I rented a car at the airport. Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always rent a convertible.
You've got way too many points of association with York. The movie stuff, the country stuff now, like
To be fair, I haven't seen that many movies.
yeah, you don't have that crazy of an encyclopedic thing, but you're also into editing and stuff, so
Yeah.
Especially in California. But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana.
Louisiana's quite humid, isn't it?
Mhm.
That's unfortunate. Humid heat is I can handle heat, but humid heat is bad, and we've got that here because of the Great Lakes.
So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car.
I think
Oh,
in
yes,
2005
they're
that was still a
marvelous.
new big deal.
Vehicles
It
that
was.
utterly defy everything you think you know about cars.
Man, I remember in early high school having conversation with people when electric and hybrids and stuff were new, and it was like the cutting edge thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's the talk of the town.
I remember that was like a cool new thing kids were talking about in early high school. If my years are right, this would be a year before I heard about it.
Now, in the year 2005, it feels like we've finally entered the 21st century.
Fuck, I feel so old thinking about like, oh my god, I was that old in that year. I'm only 27, but it makes me feel ancient thinking about it. Because 2005, that sounds so recent to me, you know? But that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, and it occurred to me as well. Well, not really occurred to me, but my girlfriend pointed it out that I've been on YouTube for half my life.
Yeah, I've been editing for half my life. I started video editing when I was 14 in high school. That's when I started taking Comtech and learning. I'm 27. I've been editing for nearly half my life. Isn't that crazy?
It's so weird.
For any of you who just found my channel, I have over 5,700 videos on this channel. That is how many videos I've made, how long I've been editing. Oh my god.
Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
It's pretty silent, yeah.
At first, I felt like the landscape was moving past me on its own.
I've seen some footage of a guy traveling through like long desert roads in a Tesla, and it's It's pretty cool. I'm not a car guy, but that was cool.
Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity.
I think we have those now. Teslas are purely on electrical, I think. You have to go to charging stations.
Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley.
Okay, York is cheating here. He's in a 2020 video game.
Yeah, he's using Sweary powers to know what's going on.
I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter.
Never heard of it.
1984, directed by Nick Castle.
That's a weird castle.
It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs. It even made me wish that I could be one of them myself. Especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
I wonder if he's gonna get interrupted.
So, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got
How
off
did
topic.
you know?
I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10.
I-10
out to
is
get back
the
in it,
interstate that
My hybrid
runs
car was
east
nowhere
to
to be
west.
found.
Okay.
I remembered exactly where I parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished. In short, someone stole it. And in its place, they left me this.
What?
There it is.
I like it.
Skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why do you look so surprised? No, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery.
I love York.
Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today.
Yeah, you tell me about it. It's over 95 in this room.
Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
Yeah, I know, right? Why did the game have to come out on like the hottest day of the year?
The least Clarkson case needs us.
I'm recording in a room, my home studio, which is covered in sound foam. Get the sun blaring in, one little vent, one little fan that has to be down low so you guys don't hear it on the microphone. The door is closed. There's like, oh, it's the worst.
Don't you think so, Zach?
I'm basically in a vocal booth recording the game.
The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell.
I'm gonna send Malcolm McDowell a tweet.
Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again.
What year was Twitter? 2007?
Ooh,
I'm already looking forward to it.
I don't know. I
Aren't you, Zach?
made my first account in like 2011 or 2012.
I think Twitter started to get popular when I was like midway through high school.
Zach. The searing light.
Whoa!
These scents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is bright. Oh my god.
Oh, Twitter was
It's
founded in
deep
2006.
South.
Okay. I don't think people were really using it until Oprah went on it, though. I was one of the few people with an account before Oprah, I think. I think like the first 100,000 were before Oprah, and then after it was on Oprah, it was like millions.
Confirmed. Mah-Dry-Bread is hipster.
That
Yep.
was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
You didn't eat it.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
What is the, Okay, so I'm guessing that's like rice or maybe porridge in the top, or in the bottom left. We have a lobster, we have maybe badly drawn cucumber. We have some kind of bun.
Maybe okra.
What is that kind of, looks to be some kind of mash in the front? What is this?
That's either egg, quiche, or some type of, like, breaded thing. I'm thinking egg.
I'm gonna say it's some kind of scrambled egg with greens.
Well, the tea was to die for.
Okay,
is
well
tea.
that answers that.
But I'd prefer coffee next time.
There we go.
What would a morning be without coffee?
That's the York we know.
Yep. Is tea more popular in Louisiana than coffee?
I think they're pretty equal in popularity.
Okay. That loading screen was chugging. I'm actually a little worried about the memory leaks. Oh my god, I can control. I think. Okay. Ooh, that frame rate. Okay, is there a phone in the room? Because I should save so that it doesn't, like, die.
Maybe you can save in a menu now? I don't know.
Return to York's room and review the case. I'll have a phone in my room, probably. I'm just, like, trying buttons right now, you know? Oh, tutorial red room. Plus allows you to enter the red room. It's just what they're calling the pause menu? I think so. Wow, rubber bullets. Non-lethal.
Mr. Alligator.
Oh, that's something I've heard, is that you can actually fight outside of, like, the other world, but you're using rubber bullets so that no one gets hurt.
Ah.
I like that. Oh, yeah, it's kind of chugging a little. I don't know how much of that is just the game's memory leak and how much of that is, did the game just freeze? No, thank God. Because we've had the game open for ages right now. Wow, it's very dark, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's high contrast. Strange.
Do you happen to remember what his room number in Deadly Premonition 1 was?
I don't.
Because this one's 203. Maybe they kept that.
Maybe. Sorry, did you catch where the room was?
Yeah, it's
This
yeah,
way?
it's right down this hallway. Take a right.
Oh.
And right there.
All right. Are we getting a cutscene here? Hey,
There
old
he
music!
is.
I like that.
Son Rouge. We've been chasing it all over America,
Yeah, there's that honk.
but I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach?
Now it's starting to really feel Deadly Premonition, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much.
It's rough looking.
This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami.
Tucson is in Arizona?
Yes.
Ah, Miami. Now that was a fascinating case. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two.
How?
Even with the help of the drugs. A feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude.
Maybe like with some
I
giant
was so
scissors.
impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
York, come back. I can't see.
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
There's a snake painting that in the shape of a 90.
Okay. Are we gonna have a profiling segment?
Emerging
Whoa!
drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states.
Oh, I almost went deaf from that. Oh my god!
Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lee's Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
Okay.
Get ready.
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered.
I'm happy to know that Swery still hasn't figured out how to balance audio.
Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster.
Do you think you wouldn't have this information had you not pressed Chef David on these things?
I don't know.
I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
Maybe. I bet you at least some of that. Good God. Was there...
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach.
I wonder if in the pause menus there's, like, individual volume sliders I could be using to rebalance it myself.
Yeah, there were some sound options in the
2005, directed by Michael
options at the main menu.
Okay, I'll look into that.
For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here?
Oh my god, he's been talking for so long that I feel like I'm gonna have to split this into 2 episodes, this whole section.
This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history.
Have you noticed, by the way, he doesn't have a corkboard? He's just pinning this on the wall.
Yeah.
Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
Just don't put the word dead in front of island movies.
Yeah. That one won't be so good. Quest! Answer the door! Okay. I wish everything wasn't so high contrast. Oh man, it's chugging. My footsteps are so loud.
Yeah, right?
Is that a phone?
Phone!
Yeah! Oh, thank God. We did it! Wow, that was really fast.
$600.
On the next episode, everybody, the game will have been rebooted and might run better. Until next time, have a nice day.
See ya.